Video games. These are starting to be considered as one of the worst things that you can waste your time on, and quite personally I'm starting to agree. So whether you're a casual player or a dedicated player or you hardly play at all, this video is going to show you everything that your favorite games have taught you about self-growth.
Oh no, not again. We ain't... What the fuck?
We've all been there. Trolling controllers, screaming at screens, rage quitting. But what if I told you these moments of sheer frustration were actually leveling up your real life resilience? These games aren't just digital torture devices, they're boot camps for your perseverance. Every you died screen in Minecraft is a rep in your mental gym. But here's where it gets interesting. In life, you don't have a respawn button. You can't just keep throwing yourself at a problem until you brute force your way out. That's where the real lesson kicks in. It's not about never giving up. That's very basic advice. It's about giving up strategically. Sometimes persistence means knowing when to change your approach, not just banging your head against the wall. The real superpower here is metacognition. Thinking about thinking. After each game over in life, ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do to improve my skills? How can I approach this differently? What skills do I need to level up? Remember, in this whole game of life, you're not just the player, you're the developer too. You have the power to modify the code of your approach, to patch your own weaknesses and to implement new strategies. Role-playing games like Final Fantasy or The Witcher, they might be seen as just entertainment, but they were also secretly teaching you the art of goal setting and achievement. Think about it. In these games, you always have a main quest, but you're constantly juggling side quests, ranging from character development and resource management. If any of that sounds familiar, that's pretty much life. There's always side quests. But here's the interesting part. In games, quests are already defined. There's no changing them. In life, you're the one giving the quest. You decide what constitutes a win. The trick to treat your life like a role-playing game is to set a main quest, your big, audacious goal, then break it down into side quests, smaller, achievable objectives. But don't just stop there. Create daily grinding tasks for constant improvement. In games, you level up stats. In life, you're leveling up skills, knowledge, relationships. Every book that you read, every conversation that you have, every new experience, that's XP. But here's the kicker. Unlike in games, your character sheet is invisible. There's no UI showing your progress. That's why it's crucial to create your own feedback systems. Track your progress, celebrate your wins regardless of how big or regardless of how small. And remember, in life you can respec at any time. Goals change, priorities shift. The true skill is learning to adapt your quests without feeling like you failed the mission. Do you ever wonder why you have an odd satisfaction after playing a big session of SimCity or Stardew Valley? It's because you've been secretly honing one of life's most crucial skills, and that is resource management. In life, you're the mayor of your own SimCity, the farmer of your own Stardew Valley. But here's the twist. Your resources aren't just numbers on a screen. They're complex, interconnected, and often invisible. Every decision you make is a trade-off. Stay up late to finish a project? You're spending energy and time for potential future gains. Buy the new iPhone 16? You're trading money for either productivity or leisure. The key is to start seeing these trade-offs consciously. Ask yourself, is this activity an investment or an expense? Try this. Start visualizing your time and energy as tangible resources. Use a digital tracker or even colored marbles, whatever works for you. See how you're spending these resources. Are you allocating enough to your main quest? But here's where it gets really interesting. In games, resources are usually separate, but in life, they're interconnected. Spending money can save time, and spending time can give you money. Using energy wisely can give you more time. The ultimate skill is learning to leverage these interactions. Use money to buy back time, invest time to boost energy. It's about creating virtuous cycles where your resources constantly feed into each other. If you've played Overwatch or maybe even any random team-generated game of that matter, I would congratulate you. You've pretty much been enrolled in a free elite crash course on teamwork and communication. In games, roles are clearly defined. In life, they're fluid. You might be the tank in one situation, the healer in another, the damage in a third. The key is to recognize these shifting dynamics and adapt. Communication in games is often direct and goal-oriented. Life requires more nuance. You need to master the art of context switching, knowing when to be direct, when to be diplomatic, and when to listen. Think of yourself as a universal translator. Your role is to often bridge communication gaps. But here's the real challenge. In games, the win condition is clear. In life, different team members might have different definitions of success. Your role is to find the overlap, pretty much to create win-win scenarios. If you've ever had one of those Eureka moments when you're cracking the code in an escape room, you've pretty much tasted the addictive juice of problem solving. These games are more than just brain teasers. They're training your mind to see the world as a series of patterns and series waiting to be understood and manipulated. In games, there's usually one correct solution. In life, the possibilities are endless. Your job isn't just to find the answer, but to craft an answer, often from seemingly unrelated pieces. Try this. Take a problem you're facing and apply the SCAMPER, scamper technique. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify. Put to another use, eliminate, reverse. This is how you turn game thinking into life hacking. The real skill here is learning to love the process, not the solution. In games, that aha moment is a fleeting dopamine hit. But in life, it's a cultivating constant state of curiosity and experimentation. Think of your mind as a vast inventory of experiences, knowledge, and ideas. Your task is to combine these in novel ways. The more diverse your inventory, the more creative your solutions can be. If Fortnite's ever-changing map taught us anything, it's the fact that only constant is change. Welcome to the ultimate life skill, adaptability. In these type of games, the environment is constantly evolving, forcing you to adapt on the fly. Sound familiar? That's life in the 21st century, where the only thing you can predict is unpredictability. But here's the twist. In games, change is fun. In life, it's often seen as a threat. The key here is to flip the script, to see change not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity. The real skill isn't just adapting after change happens. It's developing that change radar, that ability to anticipate shifts before they occur. In games, you might look for environmental cues. In life, it's about staying informed, being observant, and thinking ahead. Try this. Create what-if scenarios for your life. If X changed, how would I adapt? Adaptability isn't just one skill. It's a skill tree. It includes cognitive flexibility, emotional resilience, resourcefulness, and open mindfulness. The ultimate adaptability move? Learning how to learn. In a world where specific knowledge can become almost obsolete overnight, the ability to rapidly acquire new skills is going to be your most valuable asset. In role-playing games, a balanced character often trumps with one single maxed out stat. Turns out this might be the most profound life lesson that games actually have to offer. Life isn't about maxing out one single stat. It's about finding the right balance for you. But here's the catch. That balance is dynamic, not static. Think of your life as a complex game of resource allocation. Sometimes you need to focus on your health bar, sometimes you need to focus on your hunger bar, sometimes you need to focus on your relationship bar. The trick is to develop your own life HUD, a way to monitor different aspects of your life. Are you neglecting your physical health in pursuit of your career? Here's where we need to talk about gaming itself. Games can teach us valuable skills, but they can also end up being an escape. The ultimate balance is learning when to apply game-learned skills to real life and when to step away from the screen. The goal isn't to turn life into a game, but rather take the best lessons learned from them and live a fulfilling life. That is the Platinum Trophy.